Hey guys, it's Damien. I've got a super quick video. I'm actually answering a email question that I received from a viewer. If you are into selling online and you are selling food products and you're looking into selling on FBA and you're wanting to ship your products to FBA in their fulfillment centers, and your product is in a glass container of some kind, well then this video will be something that will help you out and understand what you can and cannot send into FBA and what is allowed and what is not allowed. If you don't know a little bit about myself, I started a very small candy company. My wife and I started from our home several years ago. We started to sell locally. We did a lot of fairs and festivals, and then we grew into a commercially licensed facility selling through the internet and online, and now 100% of our business is through the internet. We offer products through eBay, Etsy, Amazon, and thebrittlebox.com. We have grown into a very successful candy business, snack business, offering about 400 to 500 items, and we hand make all of those to order fresh, and we also do FBA, and we are here to help you in any way that we can. So let me get right to it. So I got this email, this question. It is a food product that is actually in a glass container of some kind. And the viewer wanted to know, can you send it into FBA and have it warehoused and they fulfill that order through their FBA program, but it is glass? The answer is yes and no. Okay, so that's not very helpful, yes or no, but I will tell you what you can and can't do. Okay, really quick. So if the item, I have some notes, I'm just checking my notes here after reviewing some other documentation online, just to be sure that I give you the correct information. This is actually something I looked into myself because a few years back we had some product that we were thinking about getting into FBA, and it was glass, and it was something, honestly, I personally don't recommend sending anything glass at all, just because of the occasional drop from one of their workers in the warehouse, or if it gets damaged during shipment. And if you're producing this stuff yourself, you're putting your time, your money, your effort, and energies into making a product. Glass is very dangerous and easily broken. So, but I will tell you what they do allow and what they don't. So if you have single glass product, what that means is if you're making, let's say, a salsa, okay? You have a salsa and you're putting it in a jar, and it is a single unit. You're not selling 5 or 6 or 3 or 4 of those glass jars, shrink wrapped together, put together. That's not what we're talking about here. Single glass units, if it's 4 ounces or less, it is perfectly fine, but it does have to have a double seal, okay? So here's what that means. So you have a glass container. It is either 4 ounces or less. It needs to be double sealed. When your lid is tightened on the top of your can or whatever it is that you've got, a glass bottle, it has to be tight enough to not easily, and this is what Amazon states, to not easily come off, okay? And on top of that, it has to have another seal around the perimeter of the lid. Traditionally, that's a heat-sealed, shrink-wrapped lid liner that goes around the top of the cap or the lid itself. If you have a 4 ounce to 34 ounce bottle or lid, if it is in between there, it needs to have a 3-foot drop test capability. So not only do you have to have the lid on there be tight enough that it cannot easily come off, plus there has to be another lid shrink wrapped around the perimeter of the can, but it also needs to withstand a drop at 3 feet. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know of too many glass bottles that can withstand that kind of a drop. But 3 feet, if it is dropped from that high up, it has to be able to sustain a drop. If it cannot, they will not stock it, okay? And they will send it back to you if it does not follow or their criteria for the ability to be FBA'd and warehoused. So 4 ounce to 34 ounces is fine, but you have to have the drop test. You got to be able to have that product double sealed and then dropped at 3 foot, okay? If it is, if it is able to be dropped at 3 feet and it doesn't crack or break, you're good to go. This is the kind of where this is going to be a super quick video because that's kind of the gist of what they're looking for. There's a lot of other variation in sizes that I can access through the Amazon's help desk to get into more details on different sizes, but that's kind of the basic. 4 to 34 ounces glass is fine, But at that size, if it's above 4 ounces, it has to withstand that drop test. I would personally recommend you find some other form of packaging. I would not go that glass route. If it could withstand a 3-foot drop, I still wouldn't trust just any transit, even in UPS shipping. Once you got to understand, once you ship it from your facility to FBA, you've got that transit time where there could be breakage. Once it gets to the warehouse, then it has to be unpacked, has to be pulled out, scanned, and then it has to be restocked on their shelves. That's the second time that you have capacity for breakage. And then the third time is when a customer orders it, they pull the product. If it doesn't get packed properly from Amazon to the customer, then there's breakage that could occur. So there's 3 places where that could happen. And to be honest with you, it's not worth it, in my opinion. It's not worth it to utilize a glass container. There are tons of other types and other forms of packaging that you can actually put products in. There is a lot nowadays. You may not notice this. Being in the food business, I kind of take more note of this than probably the average person. A lot of salad dressings, even a lot of salsas, marinades are all now being put into plastic bottles. It's not actually the manufacturers, but the retail stores that are stocking products. A lot of stockmen, people who work for, like, let's just say Walmart and their grocery section, when they're unboxing stuff, they're dropping products and they're breaking them. So a lot of manufacturers are losing a lot of money, having to credit the stores with glass jars and such. So plastic, I would recommend. There are a ton of them out there. They are just as easy to work with, can be sealed up just like any other glass container. And to be quite honest with you, they're actually cheaper than glass. When you buy them from the manufacturer that manufactures the actual container and you're getting them to your facility, you got to remember the shipping that comes from them to you. That's also an expense. And then you manufacture it, then you got to ship it back out. So 2 different types of shipping going involved with that. A lot of hands touching the product. I wouldn't do it. So again, what Amazon actually recommends based on their criteria, it has to be, if it's anything bigger than 4 to 34 ounces, actually between 4 ounces and 34 ounces, it has to sustain that drop test. If it's 4 ounces or less, they don't necessarily adhere to any type of drop test, but you do have to have those double seals on it as well. So hope this answers your question. It's super, super simple. My take on it, I personally have a lot of, like I said, we've got 400 items. I don't do any liquids, but I do have plenty of products that could be in a bottle, but I actually chose to kind of have them in plastic bags, plastic containers, flip top lid containers. It's more lightweight, costs less to ship, won't break. I mean, the list goes on and on. So really quick video. I do hope you liked that, and I hope that answers your question. I thank you very much for asking. If you guys have any more questions, or if you like my videos, please do give me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. If you are looking to create a food product, I've been in this business, retail food business. I've been in retail for about 24 years prior to opening my business, and I've been operating my food business now for almost 10 years. Most of that time has actually been online. I've also owned and operated a brick and mortar bakery where we handmade gelato, ice cream. We did panini sandwiches and breads and desserts and pastries. But I've got a lot of experience doing this, and now I have this channel. It gives me a chance to teach people like yourself. So if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. And I do have a second channel that is offering direct one-on-one consulting as well. It is a premium channel. It's $12.99 a month. Very, very inexpensive. You have access to me and a whole library of resources as I upload. I have a whole bunch of new videos that will be uploaded this weekend. So do check that out. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.